2 Peter 3 verse 10 reads, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens will pass away with a great noise, and the elements will melt with fervent heat. Both the earth and the works that are in it will be burned up." When will this happen? When he comes as a thief. The second coming is a surprise to the unprepared. The prepared know he is coming. The unprepared are surprised. And what happens to them? What about the expression, one taken and the other left? Luke 17 verse 36 reads, "Two men will be in the field, and one will be taken and the other left." Does the text say that the one who is left is alive? Is he left alive? That's what man reads into the text, but that is not what the text says. Jesus goes on and says this in Luke 17 verse 26, "And as it was in the days of Noah." Now what was it like in the days of Noah? Were there two classes in the days of Noah? Yes. Was one class taken in the days of Noah? Yes. Was one class left in the days of Noah? Yes. What happened to the class that was left in the days of Noah? They were destroyed by the flood. And Jesus continues in verse 28, "Likewise, as it was also in the days of Lot." Now what happened in the days of Lot? One class was taken out of the city. Yes. As it was in the days of Noah, so there are two classes. One is saved, one alive that is ascending to meet Christ, and one is lost, one dead, destroyed at Christ's second coming. As in the days of Lot, one class out of the city, saved, one class left and destroyed. Revelation is plain about this division of the world at the second coming of Christ. Revelation 6 verses 15, 16 and 17 reads, "And the kings of the earth, the great men, the rich men, the commanders, the mighty men, every slave and every free man, hid themselves in the caves and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him who sits on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath has come, and who is able to stand?" Friend, how tragic. He comes to save them, but they run and hide themselves. Their hearts are gripped with fear. They have not crowned him now as King of glory in their hearts today, so they will not want to crown him as the King of glory of the universe when he arrives. They run, they are frightened, they cry for the rocks and mountains to fall on them. So when the Bible describes the second coming of Christ, one of the greatest deceptions is that some will be left on earth and will have a second chance during the tribulation. The devil has sold that lie to deceive people, to put off their salvation for later. And many people think, I can put off my salvation, and during the tribulation I will then get serious. My dear friend, according to the book of Revelation and according to the teaching of Jesus, there is no second opportunity. The time to get serious for your salvation and about your salvation is right now. Christ's coming will be a joyous event. Don't put it off to some future date. Don't delay it some more for some more convenient time. Don't miss the most joyous event of all the ages. When Christ comes, it will certainly be a joyous event. It will be the happiest event in the history of the ages. And Jesus in John 14 verses 2 and 3 says, I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you to myself, that where I am, there you may be also. Jesus comes, bursting down the corridor of the sky. Imagine a family that laid their baby in the grave. And now there is a rumbling. Lightning flashes. They look up and they see Jesus coming. Lightning flashes from east to the west. An angel comes and lifts the alive baby out of its grave, and Mama holds that baby in her arms once again. Friend, is there anything that would keep you from being ready for the coming of Christ? Just think about it. A husband witnesses to his wife. She rejects this as a fairy tale. A friend witnesses to another friend, and they say, no, Christ will never come. Friend, you know that one day Christ will come. He will stream down the corridor of the sky and take us home with him. And there are only the saved and the lost on that specific day, the righteous and the unrighteous on that day. There are only those who look up and say, this is our God, and there are those who cry for the rocks and mountains to fall on them.